I'd like to thank everybody for coming out here today. You see why we're here. My name is Frank Siller. I'm the chairman of the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. And we're here from New York because we have a great concert tomorrow night with the Gary Sinise Lieutenant Dan Band. You can go to TemeculaTheater.org and there's still tickets that are available. It's going to be a spectacular night. We're going to honor Lance Corporal Juan Dominguez, somebody who made a tremendous sacrifice for our country. The sacrifice that he made, it is our responsibility to make sure that we give back to him what he deserves. And we're going to do that tomorrow night because we're going to have a tribute concert to Juan tomorrow night. And one of the things that we do as a foundation, we're very fortunate to have so many great people involved with us. And we have artist Scott Lebedo, and Scott is part of our foundation. He travels all over the United States as an artist and paints roofs with American flags. You've seen it. It's been covered all right after 9/11. He traveled all over America, so he gives that feeling of being united, patriotism. He's a great patriot. He loves his country so much. He goes around and he's given a gift and he shares it with all of America. And he came out here because he knows Juan's story. He knows what we're doing as a foundation, along with the help of everybody here in Temecula and the Gary Sinise Foundation, and building Juan a house. And he wanted to contribute. And my Lord, look what he did. He started this morning. It's a beautiful flag, and represents the great country that we live in. So I'd just like to introduce artist Scott Lebedo. And Scott, maybe say a few words.
How you doing? Yeah, I'm actually, he forgot to say that I'm actually here. I'm going to be performing on stage. I'm going to paint the American flag on a canvas in 3 minutes with Danny Rodriguez. Will sing America the Beautiful. And it's a lot of paint flies around. It's pretty exciting. And then we're going to reveal something underneath the painting afterwards. It's going to be a special treat. But I would just like to say, if this is going to go out, I want people, why they should come to this event is obvious. Gary Sinise is great, the band is great, but it's this cause for this guy who made this sacrifice, for people like me who can be crazy, and it's personal to me as an artist that this guy is fighting for me to be a crazy artist. But anyway, and then they're going to auction off the painting, and the funds are going to go to the cause. And listen, if anybody doesn't have an excuse or has an excuse not to come tomorrow night, I traveled here on a train from New York. It took 3,000 miles, okay, to do a flag in 3 minutes. So if I can make that little bit of a sacrifice, I think everybody out there, if you got nothing to do tomorrow, and if you do have something to do, switch your plans, come. This is a magic thing. The Siller Foundation, and I get to do my thing here. So anyway, it's good to be here.
Scott, the reason why I didn't want to tell them about painting the flag is I wanted you to tell them about painting the flag, because when you see us, it's unbelievable what he does. We're also here with FDNY Battalion Chief John LaBarba. John is a board member of our foundation, and he's here with a couple of firefighters will be here. Another Battalion Chief, John Carroll, will be here tomorrow night, and we think it's always important that our foundation, which is a 9/11 Firefighters Foundation, is always represented by the heroes that fought the battle at Ground Zero on 9/11. And John will be there tomorrow night with his buddy John. But it gives me great pleasure to introduce the CEO, Marianne Edwards, of the Boys and Girls Club of America here. And I just got to tell, just before you speak, I just got to tell you how I know how this is all connected in life. We just lost a board member of our foundation very recently. And he was the commissioner of OEM, Richie Shearer. And he was so involved with our foundation, but he was involved with one other foundation. And it's just ironic that we're here, because this is the other foundation that he was involved with in his life in New York. It was the Boys and Girls Club of America. And to not knowing that Scott was coming out here, not knowing the building that was going to be painted on, and for us to be here, and with you, Marianne, and with the kids behind us, I always believe there's always divine intervention on everything we do. And this is just another small sign that they're out there for all of us to see. So, Marianne.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. This has been a whirlwind of activity, as you can tell, talking to Scott. And we'd like to thank the Tunnel to Towers Foundation for making this possible, and the Gary Sinise Foundation for making this possible. But putting on another hat too, as a Temecula City Council member, when people come to town like this and honor organizations like the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southwest County and the 12,000 children that we serve every year, when they come to town and they honor our heroes, and we will see a true American hero at the concert tomorrow night in Mr. Dominguez, who has chosen Temecula to be his hometown. So it really has taken a village to bring all of this together today and to build this wonderful house for someone who has really sacrificed a lot for us, for our country, for his community. So on behalf of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southwest County and all these kids, I would like to thank you all for coming today. And Scott, it has been a wonderful experience to see you work. Talk about focused. He is focused. To have done this in about 5 hours, it was an amazing thing to see. And we will be able to live with this wonderful symbol of freedom on our building for many, many years to come. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Tomorrow night, TemeculaTheater.org. Danny Rodriguez, the singing policeman from New York City, who was on the job in 9/11, will be out singing a beautiful song while Scott does this painting. We're going to auction it off right afterwards. We'll get Gary to sign it besides Scott. Is that right, Scott? Yeah, all right. We'll get Gary to sign it. Maybe we'll get somebody else to sign it too. But in any case, it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a tribute to an American hero, and we'll see you tomorrow night. God bless.
You're up close, it looks like sloppy almost, right? And then the further away you get, any artwork you look up close.